All right. Good evening and welcome to the Mad Scientist Tea Party. We're running a little late today.
Right.
We're running just a little late, but
No tea yet.
no,
There shall
no,
be tea.
no tea. We're lucky to have. We got a table out here
Right.
at the moment, and
Lovely.
I've still got to set some cameras and stuff. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, thank you. That was very quick. See where his coat is? Make him move his coat and sit it there. Okay.
You want both teapots up?
Huh?
You want both of them?
Yes, we work two
Table?
teapots. Yeah, indeed.
We're a two teapot.
I appreciate that. That was.
Good.
It's hard for me. What I found was that I was on the air, and it was hard to wash dishes and be on the air at the
You
same
haven't
time.
managed that yet?
Oh, I have
You can't
more than
multitask
once, more often than
Yeah,
once.
well,
I have indeed. I have indeed.
Snowing
Yes,
outside.
yes.
Oh.
It is snowing. That's the word for today. Has everybody seen the snow? Has everybody noticed the snow is snowing out there?
Just like Pee Wee's Playhouse, you hear that secret word, makes you want to
It's a
scream.
little wet.
What, snow?
Yeah.
Ah! Does that
Let
make
it
you
dry
want
'em.
to scream?
Is that
Well,
better?
not me. I hear town, Newtown. I hear that this city shuts down at the slightest inkling of snow.
Really?
That's what I've heard. I've not experienced it quite. I can move over if you like.
Okay, what we need to do is move the whole table down about a foot.
Okay.
See, I can, yeah, just, that's good. See, and then now move everything down, you included, and you'll now be in the camera
And
shot.
I'm almost framed up
Are
correctly.
we good? What do you have?
Huh? Yes, have a seat. Have a seat. You can
Do
sit.
we have everything you need out first?
Uh-huh.
Sure.
Yeah, you should move down here one and then let her have your seat, and that way then
The
I
TV
can just
frame.
stay on that camera for a minute while I
No
figure
problem.
out some other things to do.
Forget
on that.
about it.
Yeah, y'all have to kind of hold down the show a bit while I run in here and grab the tea. And bring it
Alrighty.
in here.
Oh, we got our own television show all to ourselves. How do you like
I
that?
have one. I have one on Friday night, 6
Well,
o'clock.
I'm
New.
sure that I will have one. I just got to town, haven't quite gotten myself up to speed yet.
Good.
But we
No.
are. I am. My friend Terry and I are actually considering. This weekend we're starting. So we work together now. He and I. He's a technical director, one of the technical directors here at URTV.
Oh,
And this
great.
weekend we're getting together and working and doing that.
I'm actually a co-host for somebody
The
who's doing a
co-host,
show, and I
nice.
just moved here too. So
Are you the co-host for
I'm the co-host for
the
Glow Lady
The
TV.
Glow Lady.
The Glow Lady.
Yeah, I've co-hosted the Anti-Show, Attica Cherry, with
Oh, yeah?
Mr. Hornberger.
Mhm.
I know, but I wouldn't brag about it.
He didn't say that about our show yet. I wouldn't brag about it.
I wouldn't admit to it.
Tomorrow night I'm doing it on my own.
Are
Oh,
you?
Yeah, I'm doing a whole astrology show.
Is it because she's busy doing something
Yes,
else?
she is. She's busy doing something
Have
else.
an alien
Ooh,
pod.
neat.
Nice.
So you know
The
what?
Alien. Did you get that from the Alien in New Mexico?
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Have you been there?
No, but I've seen it. I've heard about it.
Uh-huh.
Never been to New Mexico.
No, I just
little
met
I don't
somebody
really like old
yesterday who
Mexico.
lives there.
the little alien cafe. It
Mhm.
was indeed.
Yep.
That it was brought to me by Randini, who was there recently.
I'm so excited. There's a tea party now.
I
I'm
know,
new
and
to
I
all
love
this.
tea.
I didn't know. I don't know the schedule yet.
I'd
I'm
much
trying to
rather
get
drink
myself
Thursdays and Fridays.
situated. Sorry.
Yeah, that's right. The Tea Party has no sex or violence. That's right.
Thursdays and Fridays.
I didn't say anything about sex, did I? Or
No, but I'm
violence?
saying there isn't any sex and violence on the Tea Party.
No, goody. There's not on. Well, there's not on our show either. We just talk about things people don't want to talk about.
Such as.
Sex and violence. No, I'm kidding. But there
Actually,
isn't
I
any on
think
the
I think
show.
lots of people like to talk about sex and violence.
they
I think it's
do.
a predominant theme in culture now is sex and
They
violence.
do. They do.
And sex is great and violence, sometimes you gotta, but can you just stop, please?
Well, I do astrology, right?
Right.
So the planet Mars, which rules energy and
Mhm.
aggression, just went retrograde today. If
Mhm.
you noticed, I moved here in June. Haven't seen one car accident. The last 2 days I've seen
Yeah.
non-stop, like
Mhm.
10 of them, and my
Mhm.
girlfriend included just had one. It's because you can't be aggressive when Mars is retrograde, so you're going to get it right back at you. So we all have to slow down. Everything just can't be aggressive.
Mhm.
It's more internal now.
Mhm.
Isn't that neat?
It's
Did
interesting.
you not notice it?
Well,
I mean, all of a sudden
actually,
the
kind
accidents.
of. I've seen it. Just
Two in the last 2 days,
in the last-
nonstop.
Yeah, it's been bad. And even like today, I had this what's called North Carolina Intervention Training,
Mm-hmm.
and basically it is a very non-aggressive form of self-defense,
Perfect.
which I work with I work with people with disabilities,
Mhm.
and so maybe sometimes I'll lash out and hit you.
Right.
Sometimes I'll throw something. So how do you protect yourself and not hurt them? And that's what
Right.
it was very non-aggressive today, even though there's a lot of movement.
You had pit training.
Something like
Wow.
that.
So what do you have to do? What do you do? What are
Basically,
you learning to do?
Well, basically, defend yourself. Do not hurt another person, and get away. Because the people who have disabilities.
So you just block them?
Yeah. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to hit back.
Right.
And even in your defense, you have to be as non-aggressive as you. So instead of blocking you, whap, just enough to deflect.
Right.
Back away, get out of space, go.
Mhm.
It's all about protecting them, protecting
Mhm.
you, and not doing any more damage or any
Right.
lasting damage to a person.
Mhm.
And that's what it's all about. Anyway, that's what the whole job's about: is being
Right.
supportive and being helpful.
Of course, because more aggression would make them worse.
Exactly.
Like anybody.
You meet aggression with aggression,
Right.
and it just escalates. That's all it ever does.
That's like with people that have children and they hit them. It's like, hello, why do you think your kids are hitters?
Yeah. Why do you think your kids are
aggressive.
ill-behaved and ill-mannered? Just
Exactly.
because you've used
You
aggression.
hit, they hit. I know.
Yeah, and so I mean, there's that old adage: "Spare the rod, spoil the child." And to
Yeah,
a
but-
degree, that may be true.
Yeah, but are these children?
I think you have to talk to them. That's it.
Oh,
You don't have
we
to
were
hit
just talking
them.
about the children in general, but
General.
no.
Punishment
Children.
works.
And that's sort of like where we are.
Okay.
Is they're not children. They're definitely not children.
Now
You treat them with kid gloves.
you folks can bear witness to this because sometimes we have people who want to know the answer to the origin of the sugar cubes that we
Wow.
have here because they sometimes wonder if we have virgin sugar cubes and such as that. And so indeed you can see that I have just opened the box right here before your very eyes, and that these are
And touched every single sugar cube that's gone into the bowl.
well
Awesome.
I've
no
seen a
not
couple that got escaped.
not everyone. Well,
He's leaving a white powdery substance on the table.
come on, you're trying to cause trouble now.
Are you being subversive?
No,
I've heard about
sugar.
Troublemakers. I cause trouble everywhere I go. It is my nature.
And I'm very good at it myself.
Is that true?
Well, now's not the time to cause trouble.
No,
We'll
no,
come
no.
right back at you.
Well, like I said,
Until the end of
kid gloves, baby.
Pig gloves.
Kid gloves.
Nice trouble.
Well, you see what I've done to the.
Oh yeah, you can tell.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. We'll put it there.
Hey, whatever's clever.
That's good.
Because
Yes.
So where'd you move from?
Indiana.
Why you say that? It's
Indiana.
better than South Florida. Everybody gives you a dirty look when you say that.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Oh no, not another Floridian.
Is that where Bloomington is?
In Bloomington, Indiana.
That's nice.
That's right. We're Indiana University for you
I
universities
washed.
here.
It's just wet. Oh,
Were you
sorry. I
close
didn't
to?
drain.
Were you close to Bloomington?
No, actually, I lived in Fort Wayne,
Fort Wayne.
which is sort of if you put the state of Indiana and if you
Yes.
take like maybe a human body and put it on, superimpose it.
Yeah.
Like Indianapolis would be the belly button,
Uh-huh.
and Fort Wayne would be an armpit, and
Uh-huh.
Muncie is somewhere where a third nipple might be.
That's
All
okay.
right.
Okay, now you see here what we have. We have this. Maybe I shouldn't make this kind of tea.
No, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going
Okay.
to make you take,
Y'all like tea, don't you?
Oh, maybe yes.
Well, we'll make
I'd rather
some.
drink tea than beer, and I know it sounds weird being a young man. I'd rather drink tea than beer.
Well, okay.
That's
Well,
not
you should be here more often.
Yeah.
Because I try to have some decent tea here.
I would have brought something. I didn't know I was coming.
I didn't either, actually.
It's not. It's not.
I was
It's
just
in.
stopping
It's
in
in
to
no.
make sure
It is in no way required that anybody bring anything.
I know, but
We
it's-
are always tickled when somebody brings a little goodie, you know. But it is in no way. It is
Well,
no
you got a
way.
fruitcake. Is that from
I
the
did.
armpit of Indiana?
No,
Man, that's not my fruitcake.
I brought the fruitcake. I just
Oh,
haven't.
cut
I'm
it
gonna,
up.
I'm gonna have to go get a
I'll get it for you. See?
plastic knife from
Me
the
and this
other.
fruitcake have a lot in common.
Okay.
We're nutty.
Ready?
And
And
usually
there's a
goes
whole
to-
platter of cookies out there.
Yeah,
Oh.
there may look. See what's in there. Look in that.
Mhm.
See if that's just forks or if there's plastic
I see
knives.
forks,
Just
and
just
napkins.
no plastic knives in with the forks. Just forks.
Yeah, you got a knife.
Okay,
You got the whole set
they're good now with the addition of
Here,
of a-
this is a good one.
That is a
Wanna-
good one. That's exactly the one I had in
Oh,
mind.
good. We need a.
Yeah, we need a
Towel.
paper towel. I'll go get some paper towels.
So I know all about astronomy,
Astronomy. Well,
Yeah.
that's good. That works.
but
Same
no,
thing.
I'm not big on
Astrology.
astrology.
Oh, well, all it is where you know where the planets are,
Mm-hmm.
how they affect us is
Mhm.
astrology.
Mm-hmm.
You know, full moons, everybody gets crazy, don't they? Why is that?
Huh?
Because the energy's high.
Mm.
So why are we affected by full moons? And not the planet Mars or Venus or every other planet in the sky? We are.
We are.
Yeah, we are.
Well, is it being affected by terrestrial bodies outside of our own planet kind of contradicts with my idea of self-determination.
Well, now, wait a minute. You're affected by everything. You're affected by the fact that the sun rises in the morning, aren't you?
Well, sometimes you're also affected
Exactly.
by basically every single thing. You know, inside your body, outside your body.
Exactly. You are affected. That doesn't mean that you're...
It's not a set way you're going to
It's
react
not the same
to it.
thing as being totally determined. I mean, you are affected by your environment. We are infected by our environment
We are
sometimes.
affected by our environment in a lot of
Yes, we are.
cases.
Well, we're also affected by the energies in the sky that surround us.
But when we say we're affected by our environments, we have to have a perception of an environment in order to have an effect. And somehow, I think Uranus, 280 million miles away or whatever it is, I don't have a psychological connection there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not, where it is in the eye. Like I say, I don't directly see it. Maybe it has an indirect effect. But
Well, around 42, usually between 38 and 42, people have a midlife crisis.
Mhm.
They go a little wacko. They're having a Uranus opposition to where it's born in their chart. So all of a sudden, it's a breakthrough, it's an awakener. It really,
Mhm.
I could, if you had your time, I'll do your chart for you.
Oh well.
And I will pick out dates that certain things happen without knowing you. And it's
Mhm.
only just planet energies.
Mhm.
And you can say, like if Uranus is on your moon, you're on an emotional roller
If
coaster.
Uranus is on the moon,
on your moon.
I have to bend over really far for that one to
When's your
happen.
birthday? I don't know when your birthday is anyhow.
Hmm?
When's your birthday? Like what's
24th
your
of
sun sign?
September.
Of September? So
So
you're a
I'm a
Libra.
Libra.
Very nice. Peace at any price. Come on, baby.
I try.
No.
I
No.
try.
Well, they say Libras are really calm until you piss them off, and then they'll take the roof off the house.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Because it's also a war sign. But you try to negotiate, don't you?
Yeah, well, I don't like violence.
But that's just your sun
Yeah,
sign.
I like to be peaceful about it. I'm all like peace, love, and
Mm-hmm.
drink some tea.
well, we shall shortly.
So the last, how many years ago now? It's been almost 4 or 5 years. You had eclipses in Libra and Aries, so there should have been big changes for you. But of course, I don't have my book to give you the exact dates, but
Give a smell of that. What do you think?
October 04.
That's an earthiness. It's just a
What is this?
tea.
Mm-hmm.
That's in woodsy.
It smells like green tea almost.
It's oolong.
It's what?
An oolong, oolong is,
Semi-fermented teas.
yeah.
Partially fermented.
Yes.
So what brought you to Asheville?
Mr. Troy. Mr. Troy Hamburger. Yeah.
Did you? He actually did. He,
It's
he infected you. He affected you that.
Kind of. See, we knew each other back in college, and long story short, I was on vacation.
College chum.
One day I got up out of my
You need to dry a dish.
I got up out of my bed and said I didn't want to be in where I was anymore, so I decided to go on vacation.
Sounds like a Uranus transit to me. Go ahead. I'm
And so
sorry.
I went to Canada and did my vacation.
You're honest.
And I happened just to
You
know
got
some people
Uranus
here.
up out of bed and did one with it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad he did, because Indiana's not the place for me. Man, I'm telling you. But yeah.
Indiana country.
And I came here. I called him randomly. I happened to have his phone number from way back.
Right, and didn't have good enough sense to get rid of that.
Yes.
And that's it, out of the blue.
I mean,
Yeah,
you've got to. This point was for someone to slice it
Oh, right,
into
right.
chunks and put there. But you don't.
Alrighty.
I don't have to assign these things. You know what?
Well, we're virgin tea partiers. We don't know the rules.
Here.
I know, but I haven't
Well, I
been
don't
here
know.
in the beginning. I've only popped in at the end. So, everything's already being served. I get the leftovers. The sloppy seconds.
That's rather crude, don't you think?
Is it? Oh, it's too crude for his show. No sloppy seconds.
No, we.
See, I know anything I say can and will be used against me because I'm on the television right now.
Alright.
So I shut my
Oh,
mouth.
well, I know.
That's right. You know that.
Oh, please. Is that good? Cut it now. In case you
There's only one
chunks.
maintain. You just got to maintain that plausible deniability.
The heck? I need a saw for this thing.
I know it, but I don't have one.
Got any dynamite here, Chief?
So it's as good as I can do right
All right,
now,
all right.
kids.
Oh, we're good.
Dang, you ungrateful little bastards.
No, what's your language now?
Yeah, we're on from what, 4 to what? 6?
Something.
Really? Oh my goodness. I have to cook dinner. I just escaped to run out and do
wow,
this.
one of our lights is
I
gone.
don't want to. Am I cut? I can't make thin slices.
It's okay.
That's okay. I think you'll live.
You think?
If not, it was really nice meeting you. It was awesome.
I don't think this will kill me.
Just sort of
So
saw at it. Won't that do it?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
I'm left-handed. Yeah, I do things
Oh, yeah.
backwards. Can you tell?
Yeah, I'm left-handed too.
You are? See, we
Uh-huh.
use our different brains.
See, that's why I usually sit on the other side of the table when I'm eating, you know, because I'll be like,
Oh yeah.
but since you're left-handed, this
Yeah, we
no big
can work.
deal.
It works.
You know, I should make a phone call and have some people come out for tea.
Oh,
Go ahead.
well, the more for us right now. No,
Yeah.
Well, I didn't mean right away. You know, I'm
Enjoy
not going to
the
rush it. I'm not going to rush things.
give it a moment. I think we'll
Well,
have
we needed some mahjong.
some more
Some mahjong.
margarine.
Mahjong, little Japanese tile game, or little
Oh.
Chinese tile game.
Really, I don't know.
Yeah.
Good for. Is it a tea game?
Little chess. Little.
We can read tea leaves.
You could do that.
I don't do that.
I don't know
I'm
what they
gonna go
do.
get some more water.
He's doing all the work.
Yeah. Well, it's his show.
His show. We're the guests. Of
I'm
honor.
the guest.
We're the guests.
He's already working way too hard.
Oh my goodness.
So so I came down here. I didn't have anything going for me at home.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
I just don't like the people in Indiana.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna say anything bad about Indiana as a whole. It's just like my experience was people were less than friendly,
Wow.
less than
That's how
open,
South Florida's been.
less than open, not too keen on adapting to new ideas
Mhm.
and being. So,
Oh well, that's a big.
so it's like,
that's
you know,
why.
maybe I should just step out and go somewhere. And I go to these places, and everybody's basically really open. And you see
Yeah.
everybody from everywhere doing anything. I
Right.
think you could see a guy wearing a purple thong walking down the street and nobody'd blink because nobody would care.
In
'Cause
Asheville?
Yeah, in Asheville.
Okay.
You know, people keep
Well,
Asheville weird.
we had that at one time here in Asheville, and believe it or not, he ran for city council.
The guy in the purple thong.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm seriously
And then
considering
the
doing
Rolling
some
Stone
of these
came to
things
town and
because
did an
it
article
seems
on
like
it.
I
You
can
want to
do
do
it.
it and get away with it?
Yes, actually, because I can get away with it.
What, a
Isn't it
purple
better
thong?
to-
Anything, basically anything here, it seems.
He wants to try wearing a purple. Those are nice. They match your shirt.
Oh,
They
good.
look good.
I thought you meant the thong. I was like, whoa.
No. Well, I don't know what he's wearing as a thong.
Oh, my.
I got some dental floss and an old coffee filter.
There it is.
Yeah, let's see what this other camera looks like. Oh, see, y'all aren't in that shot.
Nope, that's just you.
Oh, I didn't even put my
Nope,
lips on.
I'm not much in this shot, though.
Yeah.
I didn't either. Next
So
time
we don't have to
Ky-
wash the teacups afterwards.
That's right.
You can wear lips and get away with it here.
You know, if that was my bag, I certainly would.
Mm-hmm.
I would. But you know, the thing, you can't do that back home. You know, like even like certain things like clothing. What you know, just, if you're different at all, it seems
Mhm.
like my experience, you just get gawked at, stared at, and
Mhm.
ostracized. It's like
Yeah,
I
you
can't
have to
be
get with
me.
the times.
I can't be me. Maybe you
That's
should
what I
just
love
bugger
about
off.
Asheville.
Bugger off. I'm doing my best of the language thing. I like to use the F word.
Bugger off.
Yeah, I like to use the F word. So, but now I'm respecting the people at home.
So he's
Myself,
using the B
you.
word, bugger.
Bugger off. Get stuffed.
You know what get stuffed means.
Means you need to get a turkey.
No, in England, right? In England, when you're stuffed, it means you've just gotten.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
you?
you know, we don't need to.
We're not in England.
That's
Okay.
right.
That's right.
So we're stuffed.
Oh,
we ate
let
too
me
much.
see. Oh, all right. Now, let's see. What time is it? Okay. It's time for the...
Oops.
It's time for me to step on something loud.
That's all right. We
Mhm.
can do that. We can do that. Yoink. Let's see.
Never actually had fruitcake.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to build up an immunity
An immunity.
to the good Lord.
You could be a fruitcake here and get away with it.
You could indeed be a fruitcake and get away with it here. And frankly speaking, I think many
My,
people choose
my
that.
brother
Look
came
at
to
that.
visit.
And that's entirely
This is our role.
Oh, nice.
This is the Mad Scientist Research is funded by thisismyband.com. We want to thank
Nice.
Randini for all his thisismyband.com-ness.
Right, great.
Good Lord, that's disgusting.
What, you don't like fruitcake?
Apparently not.
Oh,
Have you never had it before?
No.
hello, nobody likes fruitcake.
And you know
I do.
what?
I love it. Go
It's
ahead.
not going
loves
to
it,
happen. It's
okay.
not something I will make mistake of twice.
I've seen that reaction often to fruitcake. You either love it or you never want to put it in your mouth.
I
ever
really
again.
like fruitcake.
Alrighty then, well,
Right.
pass it over.
That makes one of us.
You
And you
must
don't-
be from England.
You don't like it either?
Huh?
You
Oh,
don't like it either?
I'm not a fruitcake
Okay.
fan.
And there's the address if you need to send any comments.
Any
that's
hate mail
that's
goes
where
right
you
to
that's
John
that's
Blackwell.
where you send it to right there. That's right. There we
No
go.
hate mail.
Hate mail.
These are
You ever always wondered, do you think Paula Dean gets hate mail from Richard Simmons?
I don't know who those people are. I mean, I know who Richard Simmons is.
Paula Dean.
Paula Dean is.
No,
No.
no. Who is she?
Oh my goodness! How do you not know? She's a cook on the Food Network.
Oh yeah,
And
yes I do.
she's
No,
a
I thought I knew the
lovely
name.
woman
She's a
and-
southern
But
cook,
she
right?
puts a stick of butter and a pound of sour cream
Oh,
in
that's why you said.
everything, and that's
Mm.
why I wondered, does she get hate mail from Richard Simmons?
No, Richard Simmons loves her because then he gets more clients, more people to save.
Right. Sure.
You can just
I
dump your
have-
stuff in this.
I have a friend staying with me.
You can dump
Came-
your fruitcake in there too if you like.
I think I shall. Thank you.
A friend of mine was coming to visit for 2 days, and it's been 2 weeks now. And she is only organic food, never been touched by a chemical food, which is wonderful. I'm learning a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But I have kids, and they're like, okay, when are we bringing in? So
When are we bringing in the
It's been
pizza
rough.
pie?
I'm
Okay.
melting away. It's nice. She's cooking everything for me every night.
No problem
But-
there, then, you know.
You know, it's definitely been a transition.
Let's
Because
see.
every single thing I've never thought about is being opened up. Like everything.
Yeah, we do that.
Everything.
It sounds like a movie, you know, like
It's
a,
like everything. Right down to the paprika.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot to absorb.
the paprika.
Yeah. Like
You-
you're not supposed to keep paprika long because the spice, I don't know, it gets bad quickly.
Really?
Chili pepper, yeah, this is what I just learned today.
Hmm.
Pretty much I have to throw out everything I own and start over.
According to her.
Mm-hmm.
You gonna do that? I don't blame you.
You already
I
have.
like that. I'm learning a lot. Hmm?
You already have thrown a lot of it out, haven't you?
Yeah, well, no, I haven't. No,
No.
not yet. No. But it's hard to put, it's like watching that movie that they did about the fries supersized.
Oh, I've seen
I didn't
that movie,
see it because I
Supersize
didn't
Me.
want it to ruin me. 'Cause,
Mm-hmm.
But once you know, it's hard. It's like anything. When you're aware, you can't go back.
Right. That's why I don't eat a whole lot of the bad stuff. You know, I don't like.
Right.
Like I got a friend of mine. He back at home, and he's awful health. He's got big belly. He's
Right.
way overweight, way this and that. He eats that garbage, y'all.
Oh,
Regular,
that, I would eat
every
that.
single day, almost every meal he has is something out of fast food. Or like, dude, you're gonna kill yourself.
Right.
He's got sleep apnea. He
Mhm.
stops breathing 59 times an hour.
Right.
So it's like that's like almost once every minute and second. That's really bad.
Well, the last week at the end of our show, she usually gives a health tip.
Mm-hmm.
And the show went off, and then we thought we were over, and we forgot it. And then it came back on. I'm like, oh, I'll do your health tip, and she couldn't think quick enough. And I'm like, I've been learning so much. I go, don't eat a Big Mac. That was my lunch. I couldn't think of anything else.
That's a tip.
And I'm like, oh, that's a lovely health tip. Don't eat Big Macs.
Right.
But it's not that. It's like even the water, we're using bottled water to pour in coffee pots and to cook with, and that isn't it extreme?
You know what? Yeah,
And
bottled
even
water.
bottled water has its issues.
First of all, the guy who invented bottled water is either a genius or the most devious person I've ever met in my life. I mean, come on, I'm sure he's thinking, yeah, don't buy this.
oh
Really,
yeah, I'm
yeah.
just using my tap, filling them up, selling them for twice the price.
There you go.
Not all of
And
them.
not only
of
that,
course.
when you get bottled water, you get water, sure, but you get plastic.
Mhm.
That's no good for anybody.
That's what I think too.
And then you get the transportation
Right.
involved.
Right,
If
and
you
they're
gotta
sitting in
ship
their
the stuff-
warehouse, and who knows what's
Yeah,
happening.
so you use all this energy, and you waste all this energy for water.
right.
When you could just actually, if you just kept the darn water clean in the first place,
Mhm.
we wouldn't have to be filling your landfills full of plastic and you having all this energy and all this stuff being wasted for what? To fly in some water from
I know.
Egypt or what have you,
Mhm.
or even halfway across the country. It's not necessary.
I hope they're not flying in Egyptian water.
I mean, she actually told me today that if you're going to eat any vegetable, make it be carrots organic because they use the carrots to absorb the chemicals, like regular carrots, because I never heard of such a thing.
Mm.
How could I ever eat a regular carrot ever
Yeah,
again?
there are, residual chemicals after you.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And, man, I sure do love a carrot. I love
Well,
that.
and they have to get organic, never been touched by a chemical carrot.
Yeah.
That's it.
I got some at home.
Did you get
actually.
your turkey, not hit by hormones?
I'm not really a holiday guy, so I'm not really doing the whole bird
Mhm.
thing.
Are we getting tea? Do we wait? What do we do? Just get ready.
bloody tea.
My bloody
Where's my bloody tea?
I actually put juice in it.
Oh, okay. He's not ready yet. We're waiting.
Yeah. We're waiting.
He's
The tea
cleaning,
party really
he's
isn't
cleaning his fruit cake palette.
Yeah, I need some of that too, I tell you what.
You see,
tell you
you look at the tea, see if it's ready. You can. No, it's in the other
Oh,
pot.
yeah, it's ready. Huh. Oh, I'd say that's probably ready.
I'm gonna do the program. I was gonna come last night for
You can-
orientation, but I
You
guess
can
I'm
wiggle
last
the pot around a little bit.
Mhm.
You know.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. Flip it around that way. That's a good thing to do.
Yeah, well, you gotta do
See
that.
if you got enough.
Oh.
It usually comes out clear at first from what's stuck
What do
in
you
there.
like? Is that about right? Is that your color? Is that about your strength? Give it a couple more minutes, maybe.
We'll cheat just a little here.
Think I'll need a snow shovel to leave?
No, it's snowing. That's right. That's the news.
Snowing.
Snowing outside. When I came in, it was snowing. Was it snowing when you came in?
Yeah.
It was snowing good, and it's
Great.
starting to blow across the parking lot and things like that.
Yeah, it was
when I came
neat.
in.
It was beautiful. My daughter was so excited. She hasn't seen snow in 7 years. We've been in Florida.
We'll give it a shot and see if it's palatable. If not, you can.
But she wore flip
Just
flops to
get-
school, so it was a rude awakening.
And you might want to use one of those virgin sugar cubes.
Oh yeah.
Actually, when I do my tea,
No.
Yeah.
nothing.
Okay. Well, let us know. Well, give us a rundown on this tea.
I'll have a virgin
Yeah.
sugar cube.
It's earthy, a bit proletariat, perhaps.
Nice descriptor. Nice word usage. 20 points right there.
20.
I got that from my friend Amos.
Amos
Mhm.
in the morning.
No, Amos.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's Amos.
It's got a nice earthy, like a woodsy kind of, like almost like a gaimacha. Kind
Mhm.
of, it's got like a popcorn tea sort of scent to it.
It's hot, isn't it? Maybe too hot.
He's not going to taste for a week. Did
I
you burn it?
know.
Hmm.
Oh,
A little too hot, perhaps, for starters.
you have a fire going in your...
No, I think I'll have to give it a couple
You
more.
ready?
I still got the thing there. so
Yeah.
I gotta-
Oh, for our
Fruitcake taste?
for our viewing audience, I was wondering if we could get you to reproduce the face that you made when you ate the
Oh, the fruitcake.
The fruitcake.
Actually, I have
He's
to
just
eat,
had
I'd
fruitcake.
have to eat another piece of the fruitcake, and that's not happening.
show us fruitcake.
All
I can give you
Show-
I can give you a simulation. It was more like,
All right. Wait. He was like,
oh my god,
It's like-
like this.
I thought I was giving him something good, and he thought he was getting something good.
I
thought I was being poisoned.
it's
I
not a
wasn't
moon
sure.
pie. We'll bring you some moon pies.
No, I don't like those either.
Yeah, no,
Those
I
are
don't either,
nasty.
but they talk about them here. Everybody
moon
says
pies
that.
are gross. In Indiana, one of the things that we do is we deep fry basically everything.
Moon pies.
We will deep fry a
No wonder you don't
and
like
give you a
moon
hubcap
pies.
for $1.95. You know what I mean?
Really deep fry everything?
We used to eat
Where-
Twinkies,
Indiana?
brownies, pickles, ice cream
Deep fried
bars.
pickles?
Yeah.
Ice cream bars, deep fried ice cream
Yeah.
Isn't
bars,
that amazing?
deep
No,
fried
well,
fruitcake.
yes and no. It's amazing that anybody has the
Is
gastrointestinal
everybody like
fortitude.
500 pounds?
It is a big problem, and even my city where I come from, our city is one of the fattest in the nation. I think, and
Wow.
it's very bad.
What is one of the fattest?
Well, one of my city, Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Is one of the fattest.
It's one of the
cities?
I
biggest
would never
cities.
think that, would you? Of Indiana?
Oh, so-
Yeah, it's in the heart of the Midwest. And it's that heartland, and so and it's not always the freshest food. Like it's hard
Hello.
in my hello.
Hi there. I
got
knew
a
you would.
guest.
I hope you
Hello.
don't.
Do
I
you
hope
like
you don't mind.
fruitcake?
I used one of your cloths for the.
That's what I bought it for.
Okay. Well, good. And you see what I've done? You see our backdrop is.
Do you like fruitcake? Are you a fan?
I don't.
Are you a
I
fan
don't
of the
like
fruitcake?
I don't like this very much either.
Oh wow!
Is it-
Oh, she's like she's
Yeah.
looking for a place to
Here.
give it.
Look at how funny.
But give it to the human.
Give it to
I
the
thought you were
PSA
fixing
guy.
to eat it.
No, I was.
Give it to
I
the
have,
PSA.
I have a
guy.
place over here to throw everything.
This is so
How are
funny.
you, John?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm glad to be home.
I'm glad you are home. I knew you were back because you've talked to someone on the phone who you've been by here. You were by here like
Yeah, that's light acidity to it.
Yesterday,
That was-
'cause
that
I
was-
thought I
I
was
had a little sugar in it. Though.
supposed
That's
to
okay.
It's a little bitter probably with that.
do something.
when did you get back?
Saturday a week ago, and it took a week to recuperate from being in airport hell.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing in there.
Did you get a nice search? Did they frisk
Yeah.
Did you get a nice surge?
Did you
Yeah,
frisk
because I missed I flew out of Brazil and they were late, so I missed my flight. And the upshot was, I had an 8-hour delay in Miami, and so they gave me a different ticket and put me on a different airline to get me home. Well, and my luggage had gone
Of
on the
course.
other flight. Well, so that, I mean, you've got to be a terrorist, you know. If everything's the last minute,
Uh-huh.
that red flags you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, why they can't just put on your new little ticket transferred from somewhere else?
Right. Did they strip search you?
Huh?
Almost.
I've heard stories. I've had friends who have
Oh,
told
they're
stories.
the TSA Nazis.
Do you think that's what I've heard, man? That's why I don't even want to fly. I don't think I will. I think I much prefer to just drive my car.
Me too.
Well,
Either.
if I could get away with it, I would drive.
And
but
now tell us
That's
where.
Brazil.
Now,
That's Brazil.
now tell us
Well,
where you
no,
were.
I don't want to take a
theoretically,
slow
you could.
boat. It was hard enough being en route for 24 hours. I don't want it to go 3 weeks.
Now tell us where you were. Brazil? Is
I
that?
went to Brazil.
You were in Brazil. Can you drive a car to Brazil? I guess you can.
I
Theoretically,
think
yes.
you could, yeah,
He
if you
said
go
you
down
can.
the
Pan American
yeah,
Highway.
yeah.
Might be a
But
little rough.
I'm not sure that you'd have good roads the whole
It'd be
time.
good to have a 4-wheel
Yeah.
drive.
You mind?
Oh yeah, a Range Rover will be.
Hmm.
I believe that they're not necessarily entirely paved, but most of them are at least graded such that you can
So it
drive.
gets you past. So if you had a rough and tumble,
Who knows what you'd come
Off-road.
across? I think you're better off
Off-road.
with the
Yeah.
airline.
Going through Mexico and Central America,
Yeah.
yeah, you're actually better. 'Cause,
Better off
they
being
see
frisked at the
American
be a
plates on a
great
car.
adventure.
Yeah, you never know.
American plates on a car would be a target for kidnapping and extortion.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. A couple of
So no
guns. Go
You're
for
not
the
doing that either.
go for the frisking at the airport. It's way
Yeah,
nicer.
yeah.
At least they have a legal obligation not to kill you.
Exactly. And you'll get
Or
your
kidnap
belongings
you
in a
with
couple of
demand
days.
money.
And you'll get your belongings eventually.
One would hope.
Well, fortunately, my belongings were at the airport in Charlotte when we got there. When I finally got there, my gentleman friend had been waiting at the Charlotte airport for me all day long.
Didn't call ahead to find him.
Now, weren't you lucky?
Oh God!
Well, you,
Yeah.
He's not the type of person to call ahead.
you,
You're the
you,
type of
you're
person.
stuck.
I'm not either.
So now I'm ready to get a cell phone. So in the future,
Yeah, I know.
when we need to connect,
Mhm.
like when it's an airport situation or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
as much as the technophobe that he is, he has to have a cell phone. Because half of my recovering from the flight was worried about him, that he didn't know where I was or
Right.
what happened, or
Well, wouldn't the airline tell him eventually
they
when he
won't
got
tell
there?
you a lot. They finally told him something whenever he told them I was expecting someone and their flight was canceled.
Oh,
So if
then
you just go up and say I'm expecting someone and they aren't on the flight, they won't tell you anything.
Oh. Goodness, what's happened? knows?
Paranoia. Paranoia. Everybody's a terrorist. You're a terrorist. I'm a terrorist. We're all a bunch of damn
for
terrorists.
me, it wasn't so bad going through, but there was a woman in front of me with a little girl, and the little girl was sleeping, so they were having to pass her around, and they were being so mean to her
Really?
because she wasn't jumping through their hoop. When she's got a little 4-year-old dead asleep in her arms. It was horrible.
Wow.
So, do you recommend to just avoid airports if at all possible?
No, I can't think of any way to get around it. We're at their mercy.
What's this?
They've got
It's
us.
a book.
They've just got us.
Are we reading?
Well,
That's it.
well, you're back now, and this is your somewhat calmed down state. I see.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
my living
actually-
is not helping.
My goodness,
it
what
seems to be
state were you-
agitating you?
reliving it, agitating me.
I feel like you're agitated because you're reliving it.
Reliving it again.
Like
Well,
PTSD.
It's just
Tell me about it.
Right? PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder.
It's just angerifying that you don't have some of the things that we used to have.
She's like me. She doesn't put up with much BS. She calls it pretty quick, and
One ought to.
that's what I think.
One ought to call it.
But you can't do that with the TSA.
Oh no, because they'll strip search you or
They'll
shoot you.
Throw you in a padded cell room, and they'll keep you there for hours on end, and no one will know where you are, and they'll just get their rocks off, torturing you with their power, and you have none.
Welcome to America.
I want to be an American.
You know how they have secret shoppers?
Uh-huh.
They should have secret travelers.
Secret terror.
Secret travelers who go around and see how people are actually
very smart.
being treated,
Mhm.
and who needs to be jerked from their little uniform and go given some IQ somewhere and learn how to be a human being.
Mm-hmm. You see what happens when you give one man way too much power, or one woman way too much power, but now you're giving the whole group of folks entirely too much power.
Exactly.
And
That's
yeah,
what the problem is.
the ego becomes the forefront of their lives.
Who was waving people through the metal scanning thing. He says, "I'm after her," talking about the woman that I told you was having trouble.
The baby.
I'm after her. She sassed me. She's gonna go through it all.
Oh, well.
That's very wrong.
Because she had a child. She
Because
needed to.
her hands were full.
Because you know that baby.
And she was probably a little irritated.
At
by
that
it.
point, she's
It was a
probably
diaper.
irritated.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
It was a bomb, not a baby.
The bomb was in the diaper.
Right.
Yeah,
But we've all- haven't we all
stuffed up
gotten
the
pulled
poor
over
little
by-
baby's rectum.
Haven't we all gotten pulled over by an aggressive...
I was thinking more like the duty diaper bomb.
You came
That's
back
very
with a feisty,
terrorizing
didn't
event.
you?
Well, that's a good sign when I start getting feisty.
You're all about some baby's rectum and what have you.
Yeah, that's feistiness and Davey means she's not off on the deep end completely.
It's good to have you back. I've missed you extremely. I thought
Good. I love to be missed extremely.
extremely.
It's nice to be wanted, isn't it?
Don't we look great on TV, y'all?
Who are you?
I'm Davine. Who are you?
Hi, Kim. Nice
Kim.
to meet you.
I'm Ed.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Mhm.
Do you have any programs that you show on URTV or?
I'm a co-host with Lisa,
The
Little
Glow
Lady
Lady.
TV.
Uh-huh.
She's doing a show called Revelations. I do the astrology part. Friday nights.
And I just got here. I just got into town, and so I'm working on getting a show going. But I've actually worked with Troy Hornberger on the Anti show,
Uh-huh.
and I've co-hosted with him. I've been doing television for a while now, so it's nice to get into something I can do whatever I like.
Great. Well, welcome to Asheville.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I like it here.
Yeah.
You know,
I just
Where'd you
moved here,
come
too.
from?
Indiana.
I'm sure it's a cultural change from Indiana.
Oh yeah, and I'm going from a place with no culture to something that is full of culture.
There's an awful lot of stuff here. It's almost getting like New Orleans, where you've got a real cross section of the population.
And I've noticed the bumper stickers that keep Asheville weird. I fully agree that we should keep Asheville as weird as is humanly possible.
It's gotten a lot weirder since I first moved here almost 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, it's actually exactly. It's got
A lot.
It's got
A lot
It's gotten a
weirder.
lot weirder since Devine moved here.
I caught that.
It wasn't weird.
Oh,
at all.
yeah.
It wasn't.
I
very,
brought him with me.
Oh.
Actually, I hauled him up here with me in spirit from New Orleans.
It wasn't very weird until Devine moved here. As a matter of fact.
I hope he caught that because he sure lobbed it at you. He didn't
He
really.
did.
Well,
That
I'm,
was a
I'm
song.
trying to be entertaining. Trying to do my best.
Well, I guess there's not many places you can be comfortable and be yourself, so that's the attraction here.
And I'm told that Devine is a good guest because by other people who watch the show because they say that she can take it. They watch and they say she's mad as hell, but she's not really showing it. You
She still looks good, that's why. She's mad as hell, but
Very
she looks
important.
good. Yeah. She's smiling, but she's pissed.
He must be talking about our fisticuffs with
It was some of that. It was some of that. in there.
Is she beating you up on the air? Is that what she's doing?
No, not him.
Oh, you should.
No.
She
no.
puts up with me.
He's,
Well,
he's my adopted little brother, except he doesn't know.
she puts up with me terribly too much. I mean, she's always nice, and I always love having Davina on the show. She always helps it go much easier because I know that whatever goes on, she'll keep it. She can keep it going. She can run the show. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's
If he died on the air, you could totally take over. Instantly.
exactly. You can
Seamlessly.
haul him out of here. Somebody haul this guy out of here.
Wow.
Well, I don't want to sound like a mutual admiration society, but you can talk to John about anything.
Well, we talk the same language for some reason. We don't really exactly come from the same place, but we speak the same language, and we seem to have the same viewpoint on most things.
We agree on a lot.
We do.
That's good.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of it's coming. We're both from the South, and we just sort of see it from a we hope intellectual Southern perspective. You know, something like that.
I had a man tell me, he's like, "You're from the North." I was like, "Yeah." "Why'd you move down to the South?" he says. And before I could answer, he says, "'Cause you got good sense, right?" It's like, well,
Because you got good sense.
this is what it's appearing to be.
So why did you come here?
You wait until you hear
Because
this.
he wants to wear a purple thong down the middle of the street and not get growled.
No, tell her what.
Troy.
Tell her how Troy.
Troy and I knew each other. We lived in Indiana, Troy and I.
You know the guy that does the anti-show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I know Troy.
Oh, well, see, then you don't see the irony in it.
But yeah, you know, and he said, "Well, maybe
He's a
you should
nut.
come up
He's a
here."
nut. You know?
You know, so he told me there's a lot of opportunity up here for me.
He's a
And-
nut. And he
and
told
he
us
was
got to
right.
come down there, and he
And
did it.
I was in Indiana. I didn't have a whole lot of opportunity. Didn't like the people, you know. I didn't like the place I was living. Didn't like what was. So I was like, yeah. Why am I going to slap opportunities hands away? So I come up and, you know, got a place to live now. Got a job now.
I have a handful of friends here in Asheville from Indiana
Mm-hmm.
who have moved here from Indiana.
And we're going to start a
And
club.
and they
The
love
Hoosier
And
Club.
you know
They
who's
love it.
really great from Indiana?
David Letterman.
Brian Lamb,
Oh.
I don't know who that is.
the founder of C-SPAN.
Oh,
The Thinking
oh.
Woman's Fox.
Oh.
the Thinking One's Fox.
The Woman's Fox.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's great.
There's lots of great people from Indiana.
So the guy who founded C-SPAN Network.
Mm-hmm. All three channels.
Now they've got all,
All
kinds
three
of stuff.
channels.
They have
All
they have
kinds
three
of
channels,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, and they've got C-SPAN Radio.
C-SPAN Internet.
I think they've probably, they've got C-SPAN Internet. They've had that.
Yeah.
Because it was because of them that I got my first computer.
C-SPAN.
Mhm.
So you can watch it on the internet.
No, because in 1994, they had a
Ancient
program
history.
on whenever there was no Congress in session. So when nothing was happening, because usually they play what
They have breaks.
the vote is and
Yeah.
everything. They were showing about computers and what you could do, and I said, I've got to get a computer because the world's passing me by.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you get? What was your first?
And they were
computer?
talking about a T1 line.
Wow.
And all
Right?
these
Did you get?
things.
Did you
Oh, that
didn't
is
get a
ancient.
T1? Did you?
No.
Ralph did.
Well, so I got an Apple, and it was like,
Oh.
Did you
love
get
at
an
first
Apple or a
sight.
Mac?
A Mac,
Okay.
whichever.
Back in
one
those
or the
days, they
other.
were an Apple.
It was an Apple
That was
then.
an
It was the
1994.
Performa, an Apple Performa,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved it. I wanted to sleep with it.
I still call them an Apple. I can't get used to Macintosh. I don't know.
It's a Mac. And Apple was actually a different class of computers back in the 80s.
Uh-huh.
You know, like the
Yeah.
Apple IIgs. I grew up on those in school.
Yeah.
All I
Yeah.
know is
All
I
those
get
things that-
I get a there's a thing called a Macintosh Apple.
Mhm.
There's an Apple called a Macintosh, and all I know is if you go out today and you get a PowerBook Pentium
It's got an Apple logo on it.
Platinum, it's got an Apple on it. It's an Apple computer. Yeah, that's to me an Apple computer.
So I thought the world was passing me by, and I ordered a computer, and I was in love with technology. That was the beginning of a mad love
I
affair.
understand, certainly.
It's still
It's
going on.
addicting.
So
Yeah.
I've got mine at home, and
I've
I
got
wouldn't
4
trade it for
computers.
nothing.
Take this
now.
by its plastic handle and pour it into the big pot.
Well, I wasn't gonna grab it by the
Well,
steel there.
We don't know. You wouldn't hold it very long. It's like the guy. There was a story I once.
Hello.
have cookies out there?
Please come in.
We have fruitcake in here,
Some guys
so
don't understand about teapots.
don't get too
We
excited.
got some fruit
Non
cakes.
sequitur story. There was a man I went to high school with. We had a metal shop class. He wasn't very bright. He just got in welding on something and picked it up. Wondered why it burnt him so bad.
Burnt, picked what up?
A piece of metal he had been welding on.
Okay,
with
well,
an
see,
arc
that's
welder.
that's like the story that I heard about this guy that went into the blacksmith shop, and the blacksmith was like, doing making horseshoes, and then he'd stick them in the water, and he threw them up on the table on the bench to cool down. And this guy came in and was looking around. He was looking around over at the horseshoes. He says those horseshoes are hot.
It's warm.
He says,
That's
be careful, the
good.
horseshoes are hot.